institute's work, and eventually we helped initiate a secular kind of RS1, which we called LENS, which stood for
Living effectively in the new society.
Right. And that was a course that we wanted to take into corporations and other groups that were not necessarily working with the fifth city citizens or whatever, but the regular economic power units that we felt were greatly in need of added wisdom that we could bring to into their operation.
And by that time, we had really discovered what became problem solving and strategic planning, and we didn't know the language then, but that's really what we had sort of landed on with a lot of other people who were doing that kind of thing. But of course, we always thought ours was the best. I had a very good friend in New York who was the Governor Cuomo's director of volunteerism. And I'll never forget one time sitting with her, and she said, "You know, Mary Warren, what your group does is really wonderful, but a lot of other people are doing what you do too." And I was so offended because I thought no one was doing as good a job. Joyce. I had no idea that someday I would acknowledge that other groups were doing what we were doing. But it helped, I think, for us to believe so.
Anyway, we were trying to take this word to the business community that would help them with their companies, their employees, their market, and so forth, with an emphasis on culture in the corporation and the cultural dynamics that should be infused into their workforce, sales force, and factory force, and so forth. And we built corporate triangles with parts of that meticulously broken down into areas of significance to bring it all into a cultural focus. And we had some real good gimmicks, we thought, and we made cold calls on presidents of companies and CEOs as high as we could go to get them to let us come in and teach a group of their executives, not RS1, but LENS, which is just a different focus that would be helpful to them in their corporation and with their customers and their employees and so forth. And we made pretty good dent in that market.
You must have done 15, 20, 30 different LENS courses or more.
Oh yeah, well, and we did them, now we're talking men and women together. We're doing LENS courses in companies in India and so forth.
Are there, as you recall that, are there a couple that they really seem to work? That kind of stand out, that kind of stand out for you because it seemed like they really caught or made a difference?
There were a lot of companies that thought very highly of what we were doing and what we were helping them do in their companies. What was that guy, that oil guy? Ben Ball?
Yeah, Ben.
Ben Ball?
At Gulf Oil.
Yeah, Gulf
Remember
Oil.
him? You remember Ben?
And IBM was very interested in what we were doing.
At the time, the whole concept of team building was brand new. The idea of culture in your company usually met with glazed eyes. the language that we used, globalization and maximizing, and when I think of words that just fall off the pages today that we used, and particularly talking about creating a culture inside your organization or your company, it was not something that anybody talked about the way it is used today. And so that whole idea was so new